All starts here in Metro Manila. Napakaganda yung mga pinakita nating videos. And yun pong data bank natin, accessible po siya, no?
Yes po, yung ating image bank catalog RD, if you need photos, any photos of attractions, food, areas in Metro Manila, kompleto tayo niyan. Request ka lang.
Yan, surely. We will do that.
Yes.
10,000 materials are
Yes.
up for
Sharing.
natin sa not only sa Philippines, not only sa Metro Manila, but the whole world, no?
Yes.
So if in case we need some content on how to on some destinations here in Metro Manila, just send the letter siguro to RD or
Yes.
send the request.
We're so willing to share it.
Yes. Okay. So at this point, alamin na para ayan, alam namin na marami pa kayong gustong malaman tungkol sa mga proyekto ng DOTR. Kaya naman sa punto pong
DOTR!
DOTNCR. I'm sorry. DOTNCR. Yan.
Huwag kang mag-alala, hindi lang ikaw yung nalilito.
Oo nga
RD.
oo nga eh. Pag DOTNCR kasi parang nasa-shortcut yung NCR eh, no? Parang DOTR. Pero anyway, para sa mga projects and programs ng Department of Tourism National Capital Region,
Yay.
para po malaman pa natin kung ano pa ang inyong mga katanungan, bubuksan na po natin ang ating stage at ating platform para sa question and answer session. Para po sa mga kasama po natin dito sa media, meron na pong mga nakaabang, excited na magtanong. Gusto po muna namin i-acknowledge po ang mga nandito na media outfits na partner agencies na natin. We also have Daily Tribune, bukod sa PINCR, of course. We have Business World, UNTV, we have Radyo Pilipinas, PTV4, ABS-CBN, Bombo Radyo. And monitoring online, we have the Balitang A to Z, Net25, GMA Integrated News, TV5, GMA Online News, DZRH. So, yan po. Paalala lang po sa ating mga media friends, please limit your questions to one main question and one follow-up question in the interest of time. So, para naman po sa ating mga tagapanood sa Facebook Live, maaari din po kayong magtanong. I-comment nyo lang po ang inyong mga suggestions, queries, para mabasa po natin dito sa Entablado. So, para po sa unang katanungan natin, meron na po tayo dito. Ari po, magpakilala lang po kayo at sabihin po kung anong affiliation.
Hello, good morning,
Good
RD
morning.
Charlene. I'm Joyce Rocamora from the Philippine News Agency. You presented earlier about the HOHO project of the DOT. I'd like to ask, how many local and international tourists have booked so far in this project po since it's launched in 2023?
Yes.
And is there a plan for the part of DOT to launch more HOHO hubs in Metro Manila?
Yes. Hi, Joyce. We see each other frequently. So yes, I would like to request siguro, Greg, if you can flash the 6 hubs. So first, to answer your question, ilan na ba yung sumakay sa Hop on Hop Off? Since its inception, we started with Makati RD in May 2023. And then we opened Manila in July. And then we opened Pasay and Parañaque in February. So to date, may 1,956 passengers na po ang Hop on Hop Off. However, pagpasensyahan mo ako, Joyce, hindi ko pa nahimay kung ilan yung foreigners sa domestic. Pero mas maraming right now domestic, your local tourists that have availed of the Hop on Hop Off. And I want you to also share na available na rin ang Hop on Hop Off sa Klook. So you can book through Klook, you can book through our Philippines Hop on Hop Off app, at meron din siyang website, Facebook and website. With regard to the question of ilang hubs pa yung i-open, meron po talaga kaming naka-pipeline for Metro Manila na 6 hubs. So out of that 6, 3 na po yung nagawa natin, and we're in the pipeline to launch this year or early next year, depende sa ating mga local government units RD, the Lifestyle Hub of Taguig, the Knowledge Hub or Mind Hub of Quezon City, and the Heart Hub, which comprises Pasig, San Juan, and Mandaluyong. And we're also happy to announce that we will be going to Cebu this month and August to simulate and validate hop on hop off for the province of Cebu under the directive of Tourism Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco.
Sige po, go ahead.
I have one follow-up, ma'am.
Yes.
Sure.
Last time, Secretary Frasco mentioned about the layover tours.
Yes.
Do we have an update on that, ma'am?
Meron akong update on that actually. Fresh na fresh. Fresh pa ba yung 2 weeks? Nagkaroon na kami actually ng benchmarking sa Incheon and Changi. We brought the DFA, the Bureau of Quarantine, the Bureau of Customs, Bureau of Immigration, PNP, Central Office, and DOT NCR went to these 2 major airports to see how they do their transit tours. And we're happy to announce that we'll be launching it soon. Hihintayin ko na lang yung schedule ni Secretary and of course our other partner agencies kung kailan natin to gagawin. But this is soon to be launched as promised by the Secretary last February.
All right, thank you so much, PNA. Bago tayo mag-next question, RD, nabanggit mo kanina, the Hop on Hop off is available sa sarili niyang app. Is the
Yes,
app
meron.
free, RD?
Of course, you can download the app. Available siya sa Google Play Store and sa iPhone App Store. You can try it now. Pwede po kayo dong mag-book ng inyong do-it-yourself tour or curated tour. So yung mga ating partner travel and tour travel agencies and tour operators have already crafted curated tours na may kasama ng experiences, entrance fees, tour guides. But if you want, like me, mas gusto kong mag-travel on my own without the regimented itinerary of a curated tour, I would rather yung gagawin ko yung mag-hop on, hop off lang talaga ako around Metro Manila on my own time.
Yan.
And you will be guided by the app kung ano yung mga attractions that are ready for you in each stop.
Yan, exciting din. Ako rin, RD, mahilig ako sa mga DIY tours eh. So,
Oo.
I'll definitely check the app. So,
Yes, please.
next question po natin ay from PIA-NCR.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo
Magandang
lahat.
umaga, ma'am.
Ma'am, nabanggit niyo po kanina tungkol dito sa Top Cap po, yung mga tourist police, na meron pong around 7,000 po.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this in Metro Manila only, ma'am, or nationwide? And ano
Nationwide.
po yung mga requirements po to be a tourism of
Maging Top
police
Cap.
Top
So,
Thank
yung
you.
pong 7,910, across the whole Philippines po yan. Sa NCR po, meron tayong 276 na trained Top Cop dispersed in the whole of Metro Manila. And for you to receive this training, dapat po police ka, ma'am. Member ka ng kapulisyahan, you've been serving here, you're deployed in Metro Manila, and fortunately or unfortunately for us, in demand po ang ating Top Cop. Sa dami po ng ating tourist destination, they're really asked by the local government and different agencies to be present and visible sa ating mga tourist attractions and destinations.
Need to coordinate with the DOT or through sa unit po nila, ma'am?
Apo.
Sa PNP.
Ma'am, ang PNP po at ang DOT ay may MOA na. So if any police station or district would want to have training for them po, nagsischedule po kami yan talaga yearly. Opo.
Salamat po.
Yes po, salamat din po.
Alright, maraming salamat po. For our next question, I think it's from Daily Tribune po.
Hello,
Good
good morning po.
Hi,
VA from Daily Tribune. So my question po is, during the 2024 Tourism Summit, Tourism Secretary Cristina Garcia Frasco emphasized the need to care for the environment to make tourism sustainable. What specific programs po or projects are in place to push for sustainable tourism?
So it's not just the Department of Tourism who's pushing for sustainability. Kasama din natin dyan ang ating mga partner establishments that are accredited to the Department of Tourism. So kasama dyan ang hotels, ang restaurants, ang mga travel and tour agencies, ang mga guides, etc. So from our end, specifically for DOT, we advocate for yung mga destinations to practice green practices. Number 2, to stay clear away from single-use plastic. Nakikita niyo to. I hope nakikita niyo to sa ating mga hotels that wala na silang yung mga maliliit na sachets
Yes.
ng mga shampoo, bath, body wash, and
Toothpaste,
conditioners. And you can see them as well sa ating mga, when we create food or gastronomy circuits, yung mga containers natin, sustainable na. In fact, almost always those are biodegradable materials. So, in our own little way, in all of our activities po, we practice sustainability under the Department of Tourism. So yun po yung ambag namin in all our guidelines particularly sa regulations namin, we advocate na our establishment employ greener practices.
Thank you.
Salamat din po.
Alright, thank you. So, mapapansin nga natin yung mga LGUs ngayon, no plastic na rin,
Yes,
no?
that's correct.
Sige po. Maraming salamat, Daily Tribune. Ang next question po natin ay manggagaling sa Radyo Pilipinas.
Good morning, ma'am. Mary po from Radyo Pilipinas. Ma'am, congratulations on the achievements of DOT. Pero, syempre po, maraming challenges lagi yung mga tourist natin na pumupunta dito. Paano po tinutugunan ng DOT yung mga reklamo ng mga, hindi lang foreign but also local tourists on the overpriced food at pati na rin po dun sa mga tourist fee na medyo mas mahal. Yung iba po sinasabi nila mas mahal mag-Siargao kesa magpunta ng ibang bansa. So paano po ina-address yun ng DOT?
I-unpack natin yung question ni Ma'am. Marami yun. In terms of high tourism fees, ang sa amin naman kasi, for example, Siargao is a premier tourist destination. Going there would require airfare, and pagdating mo doon, you would require accommodation. So talagang may cost component po yung tourism. And eto, akin to ha, personal ko to ha, you can also quote me on this. We should put premium on our tourism destination kasi it's one of a kind. And paying a significant amount to enjoy Siargao, it's very unique in all of the world. Unique ang Siargao. So I think for me, sa akin, it requires a certain tourist fees to maintain, to manage, and it goes naman not just to the Department of Tourism, it's not going to us, but to the local government units, the tour guides, the servers, the waiters. It generates employment. So sa akin, on top of what we're doing to manage the pricing and cost, we should also encourage other people to visit. And more than that, DOT is doing a lot of routes development to ensure that mas maraming airlines ang magkakaroon ng iba't ibang flights elsewhere. So this drives costs down. So that's what we're doing right now. In terms of other fees mandated by other agencies, siguro hindi ko yun masasagot. But the Department of Tourism is really doing many things to ensure that there's competition, prices are competitive and will go down, and hopefully we'll see a much more liberal costing for our tourism fees for the whole nation. Maraming
Right.
salamat din po.
Thank you so much. Of course, ang lahat naman ng fees na ito ay bumabalik din sa
Yeah.
country natin, not only sa region, not only sa locality, but the nation as a whole. So,
Yes, taxes work.
yes, yes. So, the next question po natin will be from Business World, if I'm not mistaken. Good morning, sir.
Yes po.
Hello, good morning.
Hi.
Adrian Halili from Business World.
Hi.
What is DOT NCR's target growth this year and the amount of tourism, and what would drive the growth this year? Thank you.
So I would like to share, tamang-tama yung tanong mo, I would like to share the tourism statistics for NCR because I've shown you the statistics for the nation. So currently, ang primary tourism product talaga ng National Capital Region is MICE. Our next emerging product is medical tourism, education tourism, and we're really pushing for more partners that will join us in culinary, gastronomy, and halal tourism. So, eto po ang arrivals natin for the National Capital Region. Siyempre, magmamalaki na ako pagkakataon ko ng RD. 7.1 million overnight tourists. Ibig sabihin, nagstay overnight in the National Capital Region. At ang same-day arrivals natin is 32 million. These are across the many attractions in Metro Manila. Include na natin dyan ang National Museum complexes, our Rizal Park, our Intramuros complex, and the many other attractions around the Metro. La Mesa Eco Park in Quezon City, Memorial Circle. Ang dami nating museums, ang dami nating mga bagong digital. Have you seen the newest one in MOA? I hope you did. And I'll show you as well our top 10 foreign markets. Yan. Number 1 pa rin ang USA, followed by Korea. And this is for NCR alone ha. China, Japan, Australia, Singapore, Taiwan, Malaysia, UK, India is rounding up number 10. And significant ang India kasi it grew from 20,000 lang in 2023, nasa 45,000 na siya ngayon. It's an opportunity market for us. Pag nag-breach siya ng 50,000 and it would increase exponentially, I hope, with the announcement of the President for the e-visa for India, we hope to see this number significantly increase in the next few years. Hopefully, mag-start this year. But as you can see, number one market pa rin natin ng USA, Korea, and China, and Japan. And these are the markets that we are focusing. Korea, Japan, USA, Australia. Ang lapit lang sa atin ng Australia. And of course, we will not discount the ease of going from Manila to Singapore and vice versa. So, tumataas din yung Singapore. Taiwan is interesting kasi steady growth for the past 3 years. Malaysia, actually, ang gusto din naming i-develop is Indonesia. So yun, those are the markets that we want to develop for NCR and those are the numbers that we want to do. And significantly, kung ang ang buong Pilipinas is 7.7 ang target, naka 7.1 na ako last year. Siyempre mas mataas ng konti doon yung target ko. We are looking at a 10 to 15% increase annually for overnight and hopefully in the same trajectory from 24 to 32 million same day arrivals, mag-increase din ako on the same growth rate for next year. And syempre ito na yung pagkakataon ko, come visit Manila. Help me make those numbers come true.
Yes, please.
Thank you po.
All right. So, thank you, sir. Next question would be from the fashionable reporter of
Wow.
PTV4. Good morning.
Po. Denise Osorio po, PTV4. So I'll do a follow-up first with Sir's question and then I have another question po.
Please go ahead.
So we frequently talk about the incoming or influx of our tourists, which is why we're DOT. But what about the programs po? What programs do we have to continuously push our culture, our tourism towards those people who are outside of the country to continuously invite them to come in?
So I would like to also announce that we have 12 foreign offices across the globe ang Department of Tourism. We have our tourism attachés positioned in our top key markets. You can see the list of those attaché office or those foreign offices in our website. But what do we do to push our culture and heritage? For Metro Manila lang yung isasagot ko for now ha. Number one, we're doing pushing for educational tourism. In fact, Ivan here has been pivotal in bringing the Mongolian delegation to 100 of them to come to Manila under a educational tourism program, and we're seeing more of them coming. Number two, we're going to have RD Invite na Kita.
Sure.
On September, we'll be having the Manila Food and Wine Festival. So again, pushing for the Filipino food, the expressions of our culture and heritage through food dun sa festival na yon. And likewise, the Department of Tourism is really pushing for the Philippine Experience Program. Every region po is featuring our unique culture, our heritage, and our arts. And these are being cascaded to our different foreign offices and to our embassies. And in fact, we're also inviting our different foreign embassies based in the Philippines to join us in the PEP. So this is one of the few things that the Department of Tourism is doing to push and to put our culture front and center for the rest of the world.
Thank you, ma'am.
Join kayo sa next PEP.
Of course, I'll be there. Ma'am, so my second question po. Earlier you mentioned that you are aggressively pushing or you are promoting halal tourism.
Yes.
How do we cancel out the stigma towards Muslim culture? As we're quite familiar of how it is. So what are our programs or how do we promote it without or with canceling the stigma?
So there are parang two pathways that we're looking at. Number one is making sure that peace and security is predominant in that region, making sure that yung ating government agencies are aligned with the narrative that we want to pursue para yung lumalabas sa Pilipinas about Mindanao is cohesive, safe, and secure. And in terms of promoting their food, in fact, dito lang sa NCR, we're already advocating our accommodation establishment to be halal certified. And I will bounce this question on how many na yung na-inspect namin for halal certification to my regulations chief, Ivan. Ivan, may microphone dyan.
May microphone. Sige.
Papahingahin ko muna ang boses ko,
Oo
Ivan.
nga eh.
Go ahead.
Good morning po.
Hello. Good morning. Anyway, for the halal tourism, the DOT NCR is very proud to announce na we already accredited two Muslim-friendly accommodation establishments in Metro Manila. And not only in Metro Manila, it's the first two in the country, RD. And we have on the pipeline three more accommodation establishments that are vying for the Muslim-friendly accreditation. So we have the Peninsula, Makati Shangri-La, and EDSA Shangri-La.
Ano yung first two?
The first two, the first one, of course, is Dusit Thani in Makati, and then the second one is Berjaya. So these are accommodation establishments that have more Muslim clients or those who are advocating also for halal. And apart from that, RD, we have we are also in the process of incorporating parameters for halal accreditation in our standards. So it's on the works, and hopefully it will be finalized. And apart from the accommodation establishments, we're looking also at accrediting the food and beverage sector, because it's an important and critical component in pushing for halal tourism.
Ma'am, may I have a follow-up?
Of
Sir,
Sure.
Sure.
Sir, how could we encourage more Filipinos to go to these establishments? Of course, they are halal or Muslim friendly now, but there is still that stigma. So how can we encourage other Filipinos to still go to these places?
We're really aggressive about educating the public. No, that halal is not only for Muslims. Halal is for those who are advocating for healthy choices. We will be aggressive in the promotion component, and then at the same time encourage more establishments to accredit with us, because once they see the DOT seal of accreditation, it gives the full assurance that the food and the service are compliant with the standards outlined or enshrined in the halal accreditation standards.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And may follow-up ako doon. We have an undersecretary dedicated exclusively for halal and Muslim affairs, si Undersecretary Mara Paz Abubakar. So for more information, let us know. We could connect you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, PTV4. I think our next question would be from the UNTV. Sir, good morning.
Hi, good morning po.
Magandang
RD
umaga.
Asher Kadapan Jr. po from UNTV. Ma'am, tanong lang po, how do we assure tourists, especially the foreign ones, of their safety and avoid untoward incidents like what happened in the reported Korean footballer in PGC na nangyari pa dito sa Metro Manila, no? And what are the effects of these kinds of incidents in the image of the country as one of the leading tourism destination in Asia?
Alright, so yeah, nagiging topic for discussion yung nangyari sa isang football player, na Korean football player in BGC. In fact, it's been on the news for 2 consecutive mornings now. For us, sa DOT, we look at these kinds of reports very seriously, and we coordinate with the PNP, with the local government units, particularly in areas of high tourist volume and high tourist traffic. So for us, ang unang-una talaga namin is making sure that the information on how to protect yourself, where to go, and yung tourist call center talaga namin, we're heavily promoting para incidents like this will also makarating din sa amin sa DOT. So that's number 1. Number 2, in terms of image and what it impacts on Philippine tourism, mas malala pa rin ang ibang bansa in terms of crime rate for tourists. And we can compare mas how do you say it? Mas prevalent sa Paris, sa Barcelona, sa Madrid, and in any high traffic tourist areas, the number 1 talaga lagi namin sinasabi is take care of yourself, be aware of your surroundings, and please do call our hotline if there are untoward incidents, if there are accidents, if there are confusion, ang aming pong hotline can cater to Korean nationals, Japanese national, Chinese national, lahat ng language we can provide, but yung top 4 natin, yung kinikater natin, and English speaking as well. So please do try. Call now. Meron po tayong hotline. So lahat pong ito ay pinamumudmud namin sa lahat ng PNP station, sa lahat ng accommodation establishment na meron tayong tourist hotline. Unfortunately for our Korean national, he chose not to pursue the case anymore at hopefully this will also be a wake-up call for us to be more vigilant. Kahit Pilipina tayo or foreigner anywhere, to be vigilant and aware of our surroundings.
Right, definitely. Thank you po. Can we flash the hotline number? sir?
Yes, please.
So we can share sa Facebook Live
May dalawa
natin.
siya, RD. Isang mobile number at isang landline number.
Okay.
Ayan po.
Yan ang number
Ang
natin.
liit nung nung mobile.
151-8687. Yan po ang
That's
ating...
the landline. And if you want to call the mobile number, it's 0995, ayan,
Yan.
835-5155.
0995.
24/7 po yan.
Yes. 0995-835-5155. Yan. So, thank you so much po sa question. I think we can accommodate last 2 questions na lang dahil medyo we are about to
Last for a minute.
conclude our live feed. Pero next question would be from Bombo Radyo. Thank you.
Good morning, Joanna Martinez po from Bombo Radio Philippines. My question is, since nasa digital era na nga po tayo, paano nyo po mas pinapalawak yung paggamit ng technology and digital platforms para mas mapabuti pa po yung karanasan ng mga turista and of course, pag-promote po ng tourism dito po sa NCR?
Magsimula po tayo sa ating eGov Super App. Before you even leave the country or pag pumasok kayo sa Pilipinas, kailangan nyo mag-register sa eTravel.ph. So that's big push for digitalization ng ating services. Second, meron na po tayong travel.ph app. Lahat po ng information that you would require about any tourism destination, particularly if you're in NCR, sino yung mga tour guides ninyo, sino yung accommodation establishment, hotels, tourism travel agencies that are accredited to us, nandun na po lahat. So that's the second push po for digitalization. Third push po namin sa DOT NCR is the Philippines Hop On, Hop Off. It has its own application. So you can book directly through the app or through Klook. We are using likewise talking to digital platforms or online platforms to provide our tourism services and our tourism packages there. So marami pong ginagawa ang DOT for digitalization and pushing for more people to use the digital platform.
Follow up lang po, may mga challenges po ba kayong kinaharap po dito sa pag-use of digitalization po?
Right now, even our accreditation services are online. So hindi na po kailangang pumunta physically ng aming mga tourism enterprises to apply for accreditation. Siguro ang next challenge na lang po namin is how to make the payment if we offer the payment na or we get payment for accreditation, and how to make it seamless then and online and easier for everyone. So that's the challenge that we're hurdling right now.
Thank you so much po.
Maraming salamat.
Alright, thank you so much. Last question. Okay na, nasagot na ang inyong question. Tama ba? Okay, sige. Alright, kung meron pa po kayo ibang questions, kindly, approach RD later on.
Or my team,
or the
ARD Catherine,
Yes.
DC Jing, and DC Ivan.
Ayan. So anyway, at this point, gusto ko pong pasalamatan ang lahat sa inyong mga katanungan sa punto pong ito dahil matatapos na po ang ating live stream
Ang
sa
bilis ng
TV at radyo. Oo, napakabilis ng isang oras, no? At online. Nagpapasalamat po kami sa lahat po ng media partners natin na nagpunta dito sa PTV4, sa Radyo Pilipinas at sa Facebook Live po ng ating mga social media handles ng iba't ibang ahensya ng ating pamahalaan.